before have the Bucs won 12 games in a season.
Oh, I'm really proud of this team.
But the job is far from done. A host of Pro Bowlers pounding the rock to solidify their legacy.
I think a championship validates this franchise.
The 49ers have, with the Bucs, won 5 Super Bowl trophies. A showdown of strength versus strength.
I'm sure they're just as worried about us as we are them.
For the past 3 seasons, the Bucs championship dreams turned to nightmares in St. Louis and Philadelphia. But this year, the conquering hero returns to fulfill the Bucs' destiny.
Well, it's unfinished business. We want to win a championship.
Coming up on Bucs Playoffs Unfinished Business, co-host Ronde Barber breaks down the key matchups. Gail Sirens visits with the Lynch family. And he's controversial. He's abrasive, but he's the best in the business. Meet 49ers menace Terrell Owens. Plus, we'll sit down for a very revealing interview with Derek Brooks and go one-on-one with the head coach on his coaching style. Dealing with Keyshawn and the year's defining moment. You can't turn the channel because the Bucs have unfinished business. Now your host, J.P. Peterson, and All-Pro defensive back, Ronde Barber.
Whew! After that, are you ready for some playoff football? It's Ronde Barber, J.P. Peterson. Welcome to our Sunday Sports Extra set. You know, it's been 3 years since the Bucs hosted a playoff game. You remember Brad Johnson and the Redskins came here. They lost that day. But I have not felt a buzz like this in this town since the playoffs. Maybe never. I know the town is juiced. What's the mood in the locker room? Are you juiced? Are you ready?
We're just as juiced, JP. This is a great time of year for football.
Yep.
There's 20 teams sitting, actually 22 teams sitting at home, 24 teams, excuse me,
right.
sitting at home right now, Tiki being one of them, and ready to go ready to make our march toward this Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, now we're going to have a lot of special things for you. In fact, you blew the surprise. Tiki is here. We have Tiki Cam. There it is. Tiki Cam. Look how good you guys look. You're so Hugo Boss.
I look better than him, though. So
you're so GQ.
Gotta admit that.
All right, score is now 1-1. And we'll be keeping score all night long. All right, let's get into some of the business here. The Bucs wrapped up their extended on-field preparations today. The Bucs got through the week injury-free in practice. That's always good news. Now, take some look at some of the practice thing. And Ronde, tell me about practice. How is the concentration? How is the focus? You've had 2 weeks now. What's it like out there?
It's been great, JP. The week off was the most important thing we could have gone through right now. We had a bunch of injuries. Sapp was hurt. Brad was hurt, as we know. I had a little knee injury. It gave us time to recover. It gave us time to refocus on what we do best. We had a good time. It was 4 or 5 days off that he gave us, and we came back re-energized on Monday, getting ready for San Francisco.
Coach talked about you guys being mentally fresh. Did that break help you there too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You get worn down 18 weeks into a season, and it's good to be sitting at home watching everybody else have to play to get an opportunity to play us.
All right, here's the fans today gathering at Leroy Selman's today for a little pep rally. Here's Big Nasty, and there's Elvis. How about the fans? How important are they going to be on Sunday?
Monumental. They're the biggest difference in most games. And we talk about the 12th man all the time, all day long. You know how Raymond James gets when he gets excited. And
rocking.
It's playoff time. We have an opportunity to play at home, and I think they'll be ready to go. I know they'll be ready to go.
Yes, they will. Early kick, so get out there early. All right, the 49ers practice this week without incident. We're told they are relatively healthy, but coming off their 24-point comeback over the Giants, you have to wonder, Ronnie, how much can they get done at practice after a week like that?
You know what? They'll be energized, I think, just off the way they won that football game. I think at halftime, probably midway through the third quarter, nobody expected them to win. And for them to come back in the manner that they did is probably carrying a lot of momentum coming into Tampa Bay.
So you see it as a positive on the momentum side?
I see it in a positive. Obviously, they're going to talk about letdowns of winning the big game, emotional and everything else. I think this team is geared up to come to play, but they still have to come in here and beat us.
I sure wish it was going to be about 90 degrees with 90% humidity, but it's not going to be.
It's not August.
Now, I imagine you have seen 49er receiver Terrell Owens in your dreams this week, and everybody's talking about Terrell Owens. Nobody's really talking about your pass defense, which is ranked #1. And every internet article I see, it's how do the Bucs, Ronde Barber at 5'10", match up with Terrell Owens at 6'3", and I seem to remember you playing another tall receiver.
Yeah, well, I've probably played Randy Moss 10 times in my career, and it's the same deal. He's a big physical receiver who can run. That's a lot of people don't realize how fast Terrell Owens is. When you saw last week against the Giants when he broke a couple tackles and outran just about everybody on the field to the end zone. So yeah, we've dealt with big guys before, and it's something that I'm gonna have to deal with my whole career. They get bigger. I keep telling reporters I keep getting smaller every year because they keep wanting to bring that point up.
Yeah, but this is the best tackling secondary in defense in football, so that may negate a little bit of what Terrell does. Owens is not only a terrific player, though, he's also a pretty good entertainer.
He's bombastic. He's fantastic. The kid who wasn't even offered a college scholarship and wound up at Tennessee Chattanooga has become the league's premier weapon. Terrell Owens, T.O., baby. Whether he's pulling out a Sharpie to celebrate a touchdown or stealing some pom-poms or maybe just dissing the Cowboys on their own star. He's unique, he's complete, and this week, he's the Bucs' worst nightmare.
He looks like Shaquille O'Neal out there. He is the biggest guy I've ever seen. He runs like a rocket is attached to him. I mean, he is an explosive human being.
And T.O. plays big in the biggest games. In the Niners' epic 24-point comeback on the Giants, 9 catches, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pair of 2-point conversions. T.O. has a reputation for trash talking. He says, not me. In fact, last week, he said the Giants did all the trashing.
Sean Williams was the main one. I mean, I've never heard somebody curse somebody out so much. But, I mean, I just walked back to the huddle. I mean, you know, I feel like I got the last laugh.
And how will he handle Warren Sapp's trash talk?
I can't deal with Warren. I'm not even going to try to compete with him.
The Bucs say they never game plan for one player. They stop offenses with the team concept. But T.O. routinely turns 10-yard curls into 76-yard scores. But this week, it's the best tackling secondary against the best running receiver.
I see him a lot of times breaking tackles and making them into long plays. I don't really see Garcia having a great arm to throw the ball, you know, that deep down the field. But you have to tackle. That's what it comes down to, tackling. And if you miss tackles, he's going to have a big day.
Some player. All right, let's take a closer look at how you plan to stop Owens and the 49ers. We've got some actual coaching film that Ronde has provided us. Top secret stuff, and you get to play with the telestrator for the first time. I'll be honest, folks, we don't know how this is going to go, so you're just kind of riding along with us.
I feel like Monty Kiffin in our defensive meetings with this thing, but I'll try to demonstrate. Let me freeze this real quick. Let me talk about this matchup right here in the slot. Jason Sehorn, this is on J.J. Stokes, but it's an important matchup in this game. As we keep going, you'll see Jason Sehorn. Everybody clears out for this. The middle of the field is wide open, and I'm going to be in this situation a bunch. We freeze it here. We see Jason Sehorn get the interception. It's a huge play. Let's get on to the next play.
That's what you want to do.
That's what I want to do. Let's get on to the next play. As we keep going, it's the same matchup as we had before, except it's Jason Sehorn against, guess who? T.O. Let's pause it right here.
Freeze it.
We got this matchup right here.
I always wanted to say that.
And you'll see Terrell Owens streak this way, Jason Sehorn streak this way, and you got to check out this safety right here because he's a big factor in why this is a touchdown. As we continue to go, you see Terrell Owens makes a catch. Stop it right there.
Freeze it.
Sehorn on the ground, missed tackle. As I said, the safety, bad angle, is going to lead to a missed tackle, and T.O. goes right here. He gets blown up in the end zone, but it is still a
Give me a little.
TD.
Okay, roll it. And he can spell. It's so good.
The matchups inside are what's important in this game. We know that Jeff Garcia and Terrell Owens are great players, but you got to be able to win these personal battles. And if you lose, as they do here, you got to be able to make tackles. And the Giants were not able to do that last week, and that was a key factor in them losing this game.
All right, let's go to Jeff Garcia as a running quarterback now, and this is where he can hurt you. Although you guys have had great success against Michael Vick, against all the running quarterbacks this year, the fastest defense in the league. Let's take a look at what Garcia does with his feet, and he did a great job.
Definitely. Mobile quarterbacks present a different challenge to us. If we can stop this real quick, we check out Kenny Holmes right here.
Right.
Defensive end. And we look at this linebacker. You can't see him, but we'll see it from the end zone copy. Get completely fooled. D-end's fooled. The linebacker is lost. It's a play fake. Ball's going in here. And Jeff Garcia is doing one of these deals right here.
Okay,
Let's let it go.
This is all about discipline on defense as far as the linebacker, especially the defensive end losing containment.
Definitely. We've emphasized that this week in practice. If we can pause this right at the beginning of this next snap, keep going right here. Watch number 55 right here in your screen, and watch the play fake. Two backs this way, flood pass, fake, and out in the DN, as we just talked about, Kenny Holmes.
Let's roll it.
Not making a play on this, breaking down. Go ahead.
Roll that video. Roll that video. Here it comes. Yeah, you
Kenny
can see him
Holmes
committing right there. Yeah.
Completely faked. He tries to regroup, but this led to a first down, and the drive continued to move on.
And that's Simeon's job right
this
there.
This, of course, is in the first down. Let's stop it right here. Same action. You see a play fake here. You see Jeff Garcia with the fake. It's a different defense and a different DN, but they get the same effect. And if you watch Omar
Look at that safety,
Stoutmeyer here again, he's completely fooled, completely faked. His feet are stuck in the ground. Let's roll it. And this one, unfortunately, is not a first down. It's a touchdown. And this was actually the game-tying touchdown, I think, in the Giants game.
Man, you are money with that telestrator, dude.
I'm trying to be.
All right, this has been, as Ronde will tell you, a record-setting year for the Bucs defense. And for more on that, Jeff Patterson joins us from Raymond James Stadium. And Jeff, you've studied the numbers, and I believe you have an interesting history lesson for us tonight.
Yeah, JP, when you think about some of the great defenses in the history of the NFL, you think about the '85 Chicago Bears, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Purple People Eaters, the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, the '72 Miami Dolphins and their no-name defense, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Steel Curtain. The Bucs actually have the numbers to compare to some of those great teams. But unlike some of those great teams, so far, they don't have a team nickname. And so far, they haven't been to a Super Bowl.
You better watch who you're talking about, running your mouth like you know me.
As a defense, they're a team known around the league for their trash talking on the field. A team with swagger, a team with an attitude, and for good reason, because this year, they're the #1 ranked defense in the league.
Of course, we're building a bigger stage, but we're right now building confidence in our team. On a team that's already walking around right now, we'll touch it for swagger.
We worked hard to do it, and we worked hard for a long time to get to that point. And you put it in your back pocket and you take it to the playoffs, but you also understand that ultimately you're regarded on what you do in the money games, and that's playoff time.
But they're a team still looking for respect.
Still see as good as we've been. People talking about how you beat us and we're susceptible to certain things. Well, you know, over a long period of time we haven't been, and you know, but like I said, you have to take that next step to get rid of those naysayers, and that's what.
The naysayers point to the Bucs' lack of a Super Bowl ring and their less than impressive record in the playoffs. But the Bucs' numbers on defense do stack up against some of the all-time greats. Second only to the Baltimore Ravens in points scored.
We understand that we're doing something special. We understand that right now in our careers, this is a point where we're rising.
Last Friday, Monty kind of let us, just kind of made us aware of some of the things we've been able to do. And I think what's more impressive than ever, that it was in a year in which offensive numbers were higher than ever. And you know, records were set on offense.
But the Bucs know to reach the level of NFL immortality, they need to make it to the big show, to win a championship, to be considered alongside the all-time greats.
You know, we got to finish the story. So far, the story looks good, and that's kind of the approach that we've taken with the guys. We've done things that we wanted to set out to do to this point. We're pleased with where we are, but we're far from finished.
Somebody asked Derek Brooks today, you know, you shut down Michael Vick this year. You should be confident going against Jeff Garcia. And Double Nichols said, we'll let our play on the field do our talking for us. He's kind of a class act. He's not the guy running his mouth out there, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll hear more from him in a minute, and that's been the theme. Dude, you're talking on the field, Ronde. All right, when we come back, I'll go one-on-one with head coach John Gruden. Among the topics, dealing with Keyshawn, his caustic coaching style, and what he saw as the turning point of the season. You might be surprised.